my friends. Welcome in. Um, Hoping the shift wasn't too terrible. Sounds like it was terrible. Good to see you, Water. Welcome in, friends. Irizanyo, hello. Thank you for dancing. You got on Wi-Fi, but it's on mobile. Okay. Just chillaxing. We're just chillaxing here. We're not doing anything special. Just chillaxing. Um, Tea sounds good. I have a pink beverage of hydration, but I might make a tea at some point. Oh, water. Thank you. We are going to play some As Far as the Eye, and I can already tell my eyes are not super happy with me right now, so I am going to put on the pink lenses, which kind of help. Take your time. We have a campaign that we left in process as we were having a bit of a struggle with people starving to death. That was our challenge. And when last we left this game, and it's not the best when you're in charge of making sure people get fed and they starve to death. So I am definitely quiet. The mic is as close as it can be, and the audio is turned all the way up, and I can see that it is too quiet. And at least part of that problem is me and the number of spoons that I have. And the microphone, I mean, that's as close as it can get. Soundworks made mention of the audio issues, and maybe we can sit down and look at my settings together, because I'm pretty sure that there's got to be a way for me to adjust the settings to go along with my energy level rather than having to increase my energy output. Yeah, so I've got the game audio on now, and I have the game audio turned to half in my mixer, but of course I can also adjust that in the game itself. Let me change my focus here. It used to just automatically go to streaming. I'm not sure why it's not doing that now, but here we are. Katie, volume is good now. Okay, excellent. Thank you for the feedback. It does really help, for sure. Excellent. All right, so we'll just go right into the gaming screen here and change my game capture to As Far as the Eye, which should pop right up. Excellent. That's good news. All right. It's a little bar at the top and the bottom, but there's nothing to be done about that. Hopefully volumes will stay good, but I can always adjust it a little bit more. And I think for this game that I had my camera set up in a slightly different location. Not the camera, the video. But it's alright. We'll try seeing if we can pick right back up where we left off with our feeding people issue here. Chapter 4, the greatest pie in the world. You know by now that pupils love food. Some of them have very refined palates. Learn to prepare delicious and nutritious dishes and improve your pupils' culinary talents. Meet nice pupils. Recruit Billy the Baker in a joyful adventure of buddies and taste buds. It hasn't been a joyful adventure yet. It's been a sad adventure of starvation, rather than buddies and taste buds. But we will give it a go and see if we can't do better this time. Pupils are omnivorous. Irizanyo should be packing, but I'd rather watch the stream. Maybe it can be background audio. I'll try and read everything out loud for you, Irizonyo. They eat almost anything. They go to prosperous regions where food is never a problem. In some regions, lands are dry and agriculture is not an option. In those areas, all tribes have a trapper. In other regions, game is rare. Pupils in those areas generally grow crops and don't eat meat. But throughout their exodus, pupils must learn to adapt to any biome they come across. They eat what they can find. I can pack during ad breaks. That's not a lot of packing. That's 3 minutes an hour, and you've already passed by the ad pause for this hour. Between two halts, they often walk for a long time before being able to stop and restock. They often need to leave with a large stock of food to not fall ill during their travels. Kekobi saluton. Bone vidi vinkara. Also, the suitcase is about 1.5 meters away from the TV. I just need to get off the sofa. I see. That's the problem. Sometimes the sofa eats you, and then it's all over. But the sofa sitting. Often the smaller tribes carry fruits in their bundles, enough to keep everyone fed. But as soon as the tribe gets bigger, it's not uncommon to see new silhouettes. Pupils become cooks, preparing much more nourishing rations. Since the beginning of the Exodus, Raja, Yu, and Sudas have only eaten raw pepkins. None of them has ever had to cook. However, during their voyage, they excitedly spoke about all the succulent dishes they would find at the great meeting. Such variety, such flavor. The three travelers can't wait to get to the eye. With the large banquet tables and joyful songs, Sudas is particularly looking forward to the prospect of meals, sometimes even dreaming of the banquets and fresh hot loaves of bread passing between hands. Kekobi auskultas Doom. What did I miss? Where is it? Let me scroll up. I missed something. I can't find it now. Oh, I can't find it. Auskultas, jen mi trovis ĝin. Auskultas, dum vi verkas aĉan disertaĵon. Ĉu kio estas aĉa? La temo? Oh. Pri kio temas? Alright, so here is your caravan, along with the three pupils. The tribe has just arrived at the halt and has chosen a strategic location to set up. They still have some pepkins in stock, but there won't be enough to feed everyone before leaving for the next halt. So halt, it's maybe a calc, or maybe just a slight stretch. I was thinking about some videos that I saw where two blind people who had dogs that were trained in English and in French. These two dogs. One of them was trained in English and one of them was in French. And the dog that was trained in French had two different speeds. They had one for walk and one for trot. They had commands that differentiated those speeds of going forward in harness, and the dog, let's see, which one had two different kinds of stop? I think the dog that was trained in English had two different kinds of stop. One was just stop what you're doing right now, and the other one was like more of a sit stay there kind of command. And I don't know what the exact words were, but one of the words was halt. For the French dog, the French dog knew the word halt. I think the American one did too. But we're trying to figure out Kekobi. This game is translated from French, and every once in a while they use words in a slightly different way that might be eble pausagem de tempo al tempo. It's not about the topic. You just generally don't like dissertations. Understandable. Ĉu federacia ŝtato spertas plurajn suverenecojn? It's also a Dutch word, also maybe from French. It's interesting because I'm curious now what the etymology is of that, but I don't really want to open a browser while I'm streaming because sometimes that just slows things down or makes my room too hot to have extra. I'm trying to keep the number of programs running at a time down because my room tends to get really warm, and it was already warm. And also in Esperanto, right? Absolutely. Okay, so our goals are... There's our caravan. We have a bakery. Okay, let's set our fellows to work. First, we have to remind ourselves, what are the talents? Raja is a miner and a stone cutter. You is a wood cutter or a fruit gatherer, and Sudas is an architect or an engineer. All right. Let's have you gathering some pepkins. And Sudas can build a farm. Sudas build a farm. Oh, we can't yet. I mean, we can't build a temporary farm, but we can build a permanent farm. We'll do that. And then Raja, I think we'll have you get some wood. Oh no, wait. We'll have Raja explore a little bit. And we have to set our goal for where we're going next so that we know what we need to collect in order to be able to leave and go there. And we're building a farm. Alright, we have to prepare 300 rations to make it through the pass. We've already built a bakery, and bread is a base recipe that all pupils can make. Build a farm to harvest cereals. Alright. Sounds good. Let's bring that pack animal back in. Send Sudas to explore. And we'll send you to grow some cereals. Very good. Okay. Sudas is going to bring this pack animal in. You is already bringing a pack animal in. Turn 8. Okay. Now Raja can come explore over here. And we'll have discovered everything there is to discover. Now, when Sudas is free, we can build a little bit more. But in the meantime, I think we should get a little bit more wood. Okay. Sudas, could you build a pasture right here? Wait. Building a pasture, this kind right there. And I think what we should do is harvest wood from this part of the map instead. I may have just wasted a little bit of resources there because I was a little too hasty. Sudas, could you get some wool for us? Are you guys hearing beep beep from Discord? Because we don't want that. How do we exit that? Shutting things down. Doesn't show it is actually up and running at the moment. I don't believe. We'll see whether it beep boops again. Yeah. We'll try. I don't know if it's still gonna beep boop at me. Okay, Sudas is getting wool. And Raja is getting wood. When this forest is cleared, we will build... Hang on. No, we're gonna go ahead and build a mine up here. Oh. I always have to remember to pick which type of mine I want to build, or which type of... Oh, we need more wood first. Alright, we'll wait. We got it now? Nope, still don't have it. That's right. We're at 70. And now we have enough. Excellent. Okay. Set on streamer mode. We'll see if it beeps again. I may have successfully closed it down. Buon vesperon alvi Kesvik. Buonavidi vin kiel cio, ce vi hodio? Esperas che io bella au interesa okazis por vi lasta tempe. Okay. Returning resources, excellent. Let's have Sudas come down here in the meantime. And then we can have Raja head over here to do the mining, which is what Raja prefers to do. Iom kviete, bedaŭrinda situacio. Mia mikrofono estis agordita por mi kiam mi havis pli bonan farton, kaj nun ĝi estas tro malforta. Eble estas mi, kiu estas tro malforta. Do mi metas la mikrofonon maximume proksima, said mi devas agordi aferojn kaj mi jam alĝustigis ĉiujn agordilojn kiujn mi povas atingi mem aŭ scipovas atingi mem. Sed la plano estas ricevi iom da helpo pri tio de mia teknologiisto. Nun vi povas aŭdi bone? Pardonon ke mi estas mallaŭta, karaj, sed eble se vi volas tagdormi, jen bona tago por tio. Okay, we're gonna send Sudas down here to clear out that forest so that we'll be able to. What is that? Oh no! Oh no! But we still had 13 pepkins left. I don't understand. This is going terribly, friends. Absolutely terribly. We won't reread everything. Just try again. Okay. I'm gonna have you bring in pepkins. And we're gonna have Sudas come down here. And Raja explore here. Let's see. We have to set our next waypoint. And build a farm. Raja, why don't you bring in this pack animal, and Sudas can build a farm. Suppose we might as well build it there. Oh. Who is it that's not doing anything? Raja? Aren't you grabbing that farm animal? You are. Sudas? You're the one that's not doing anything. I need a farm right there. That's it. I don't know the game enough to comment on anything possibly missing. Oh, yeah, me neither. I'm very new at the game. This is the second time I've tried to play it, so it's just that as we progress through these chapters, it's getting harder. That's all. So we need to bake bread, but we didn't get that far. Assign a pupil to harvest cereals. Indeed, but I don't want to de-assign you from gathering pepkins at this point yet. So we'll let one of the other two when Raja comes back, we'll have Raja do that. Or we can switch it off and have you do it. And have Raja gather some pepkins. Okay, so we have gathered all the pepkins in that square. We have 2 more squares with pepkins, 3 possible locations for a farm. Obviously, we can't have 3 farmers at once because we need a baker as well. Alright, so we'll have Sudas work in the bakery. Oh no. I think should have been Raja. I'm not happy about that. Okay, we're gonna switch it off. We're gonna have Sudas go over here, and we'll have Raja work in the bakery. As soon as Raja's returned with what they're gathering. To be honest, I've been watching on my phone. I have no idea what's really going on in detail. We'll be on the computer any minute now, see what I'm missing myself. It is that kind of a game, which is why I do try to read new things aloud. So Raja can now start producing bread. Assign Raja to the bakery to start bread production. Note, bakers work directly in bakeries and don't need to leave the hex. They produce rations every turn if they have sufficient resources to do so. So now that Raja has returned from the pepkin fields, we'll send Raja to the bakery. And the recipe for bread uses 20 grain to produce 36 rations. There aren't enough grain in stock. Raja will stop producing bread until there is enough. The bakery is fueled with wood and will burn 4 wood per turn spent producing. Make sure to always have some wood or your cook will stop producing rations. Okay, so we need to stock up on rations. We've got someone gathering wood, we've got someone growing grain, and we've got someone producing bread. Seems good. Now here's the friendly caravan that we haven't yet met. We need to assign a pupil to go and meet with them, but here's the thing. Everybody's in the middle of a job. I don't want to assign somebody to go and meet with them until they're finished with the jobs that they're doing. I guess it can be Raja. Alright, now here's the thing. I totally misunderstood this trade interface before. We're offering to give them what's on the bottom in order to receive what's on the top. Now, I don't actually have what's on the bottom, so I can't get what's on the top. What is this even? I don't see it anywhere. This I know I don't have, but we can have Billy join our tribe. That's just fine. Wonderful. So, Raja would prefer to be a miner, so we can take care of that. In order to do that, Sudas needs to build a mine. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Build this kind of mine there. Excellent. Raja can come travel here, and Billy can make. Alright, now we could make pepkin cakes. That would use less wheat. We can also make fruit puree. Let's make a little bit of fruit puree and then a little bit of pepkin cakes and then get back to making bread. Okay. The tribe has grown bigger. Welcome, Billy. Billy is now a part of a tribe of 4 pupils. Raja looks at Billy attentively. There's now 1 more mouth to feed in the tribe. Billy consumes, as everyone else, 6 rations each turn. Okay, so we've assigned Billy the bakery spot. And we're going to need to build a new camp. The caravan only has 3 sleeping spots. Pupils can be quite picky and will only work if they have somewhere to sleep. Gosh, that's so picky. Almost as if housing were an actual need. You don't find space for 4th pupil to sleep. They'll eat 6 rations per turn just like the others, but they'll sit and twiddle their thumbs. Alright, let's build a camp. First we'll finish building this and then we'll build a camp. Where are we going to build that camp? Right here? Oh, let's try that again. Oh, we need wool. Alright. That's a thing. Okay, let's build the pasture. Can't do it. Alright, we're gonna have some thumb twiddling here. That's very unfortunate. Raja's in the right spot to work, but can't work until... Sheesh, so much for friendly caravan. I mean, they were pretty friendly. They didn't attack us or anything. They let us poach one of their workers. We just didn't have the right materials to trade with them for the trades that they were willing to do. We're doing well on getting ourselves some food together here. Let's look at our recipes one more time. This is something I'm not quite sure about. Alright, camps are appendices. Again, might be a calc. Built on Rhinophilo, they follow the caravan between halts. Tents are not assigned, so the only thing that matters is the total number of beds compared to the number of pupils. The last pupil assigned will be the one without the bed. And that's not true, because Billy has a bed, and Raja doesn't have a bed. Alright, as soon as Sudas has gathered enough wood, we can build a pasture. It will take 100 wood. We're almost there. Alright, Billy's finished the fruit puree, so let's change what we're making. How do we do that? Do not understand. How do we change what recipe we're making? Here's the bakery. I don't know. I know I did this before. Yeah, Katie, I think it's a pun. I think it's a dual use word. Okay. We're gathering the last of the wood. I really want to change My recipe. This building has multiple recipes. Don't get it. I just don't get it. I know I've done this before. Assign a pupil to a bakery and they will start making rations from grain. Once they are a baker, pupils can learn recipes that allow them to make rations from grain and pepkins and or meat, fish, spice. This building consumes wood. Each turn a pupil works there to be built on a plane. Great. But earlier you showed me a bunch of different recipes. And I was like, yes, I want to make a batch of this, and then a batch of that, and then a batch of... Oh no, Katie didn't see it before. Ha 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 ha. Now we're there. Yeah. Yeah, I've been eyeballing this game for a while. I'm glad I'm finally giving it a go. Thanks for that pun bomb water for Katie. All right. How do we do this? It's not going to be on this map. It's not here. It's not going to be in settings. Oh no, I have the hiccups. Not in the button about the rations that we have. Oh no, not more hiccups. Okay. Now let's quickly build that pasture. I would very happily change what recipe I'm making in the bakery, but just not at all sure how to do that. My body is fighting off something. I don't know what. It's certainly battling it. Have you got a fever? I hope you feel better soon. Alright, we have finished the pasture. And now we need to gather some wool so that we can build our new housing. Do you need to take a nap, Water? Billy doesn't have enough resources to use the bakery. Okay. We will send Billy to gather wood in the meantime, because that's the resources that's missing. And we're gathering it from here so that we can turn this into a field and build a mine to gather stone from that hill eventually. How much wool do we need? 50, perhaps? Let's check. Can we build ourselves a camp? We have enough wool now. We just need more wood. Alright, let's send Sudas to gather wood over here until we have enough. Opened my eyes a minute after you went live. Okay. I feel a bit congested. Throat is on the verge of feeling unwell. Yesterday was sleepy all day. Couldn't stay up. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sounds yucky. Okay. Now do we have enough to build it? Yay! Okay, we're gonna build a camp right here. And then we can finally put Raja back to work. That took longer than it should have, but at least we haven't starved in the meantime. We're going to pretty soon. Because we ran out of wood to run the bakery with. So, at this point, Sudas can go back to getting wood from here. Oh, cannot do it at the moment. Okay. You... Oh, hang on. Okay, Raja can work here. You can work here. And Sudas needs to build another farm? I didn't realize we were out of resources at a farm. Is that what this is? Yep. That farm is out of resources. Okay. Four pupils can now work. Everyone will be able to get to work. Assign a task to the lazy pupil. Was not lazy. Was just on strike. Choose the recipes for Billy and harvest the necessary resources. Try to make enough rations to get to the eye. Leave the halt before the waters rise. Yes. We've got some issues here. Billy, going to work. Billy, please work at the bakery. That's how we do it. Okay. We were making fruit puree. And I want to make bread. Because we have more wheat than other things. Alright, we've got somebody harvesting wood, somebody making bread, and our stock of wheat will go down soon, but Sudas is building a new farm. Three Abolagast, hello! I fear lightning with the characters holding on to those floating thingies. We can change their colors. We've got two with the same colors. Change Sudas to pink. Alright. Sudas is the one with nothing to do. That's alright. We can have Sudas do some farming. And is you the one getting wood? Yes. Excellent. This seems so far so good. We could invest in a woodcutters. I think let's do that. Let's try. Sawmill. Right. Oh. Let's try that again. Sawmill. No. Come here now. Sawmill, this one right here. Yay. Alright, we'll send Sudas back to work at the farm. And we'll send you to work at the sawmill. There's some sort of whisper in the game that's creeping me out a little. It's... Let me plug in my earphones because what might be creeping you out, it might be the whisper itself, but it might be the fact that there could have been a little bit of feedback because I didn't have my headset plugged in. So it might be better now. Still Don't let that parcel tongue worry you. No, it's the whispers in the game. All right. I find it kind of borderline between creepy and calming. It's a little ASMR. All right, we've got everything we need except for enough wool. So, let's have Raja get some wool. I think we're on track. It's an amusing kind of creeping out. It's very creepy indeed, though. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, this game may not turn out to be a long-term winner for us if it's creepy. I find Don't Starve to be both cute and creepy, and I think this game falls into that category, but I would say the audio is well on the creepier side. I mean, if the audio also falls within both cute and creepy for me, but creepier than the visuals, certainly. The visuals don't seem very creepy yet. Of course, we aren't even all the way through the introduction of the game. Truly like a parcel tongue telling our characters, you must work for the sake of the eye. Indeed. Alright, we have so much food, you guys. It's absolutely crazy. Look at this. We have over 900 rations and we only need 300. We're doing great on food. But I'm not going to slow up because as soon as we turn around, if I do something else, the rations in our stock will just plummet because we'll eat them all. The waters are approaching. But we are almost there with what we need. Okay, we've got what we need. We could leave at any time. However, I'm going to wait just a little. Well, let's do this. Let's look quickly at our map and see if we were to leave now, could we bring everything with us that we have? How do we do this? Okay, so what we need to do actually is burn our way through 214 rations. Because I don't see another way of squeezing it in. Am I missing something with the puzzle here? Put this here. That there. That doesn't really do the trick, does it? This could go down here. Okay, 114 rations. That's as good as we can get. 5, 6 individual holes. Alright, so what we do is we tell Billy, go over here and stop working. And we tell everybody else, you two, just go take a Take a nap. Yes. Continue. We'll get punished if we leave stuff behind. Korako bonvenon. Okay, let's try again. See if we can't make it. See if I can remember how this worked. Definitely not like that. I definitely don't remember what I did. Wait. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. This definitely wasn't it. This was maybe here. I don't know. This is not good. How is it that I had this for sure before and now I'm just really not sure at all. Okay. We've fit it all. Potions. That's something I don't know about. Fish. Something else I don't know about. Game. Also something else I don't know about. Well, we'll be learning about those eventually. I think we can leave. Tetris meets Minecraft. Can those be rotated? No, nothing can be rotated, unfortunately. I assume. Yeah, no. Cannot be rotated. But we got it. We got it. This little extra bit is because of this animal that we brought in. Now, I didn't pack up the bakery for us to move. But I think, or is this the bakery? This is the bakery. All right. We're going with our bakery. The eye is so close, you can almost see it from here, but an endless plain separates the tribe from the protective cirque. Again, calc. So Dust knows that trying to cross this plain without preparation would mean saying goodbye to the banquets of the great meeting. Tip when packing up to leave a halt. If shift is pressed when placing a stack in the storage, a new stack of the same resource will be picked up. Okay, we are in an ad break, folks. I'm going to take a walk around and stretch my legs. I hope you'll stretch your legs as well, and I will be right back. Hello, welcome back. Actually, I need to change the temp settings. It's just gonna roast in here in the next hour if I don't do it now. Can't tell why it's so extra warm today, but it is. Is there a tannery? Maybe. We haven't even started trapping animals yet, so maybe after we learn to trap animals. The eye is so close, you can almost see it, but we have to prepare first. No selected goal. Let's make our goal the eye. Alright, we have some exploring to do, and we're going to do this exploring before we set people loose, because it will cost less in the way of food. Not that we don't have plenty of food. Alright, now let's head over here. Since Billy joined the tribe, Raja can't stop watching the baker at work. A deep fascination for Billy's harmonious and skillful movements, conjuring up delightful dishes with a disconcerting ease. The whole tribe is glad for Billy's presence. Raja would like... Oh! A sacred site has been discovered, as well as some remains. The spirits will only listen to one request, so choose wisely. Pupils can pray, and the spirits will help them in their journey by offering some resources. Pupils can make a grand offering to the spirits, who will generally recompense the devotion. Finally, pupils can pillage the site and take the previous tribe's offerings. It's an immediate gain of a large number of resources, but vexed spirits will make the tribe pay for the transgression. Note, a pupil can always choose to do nothing and come back later. The sacred site will not be consumed until an action is taken. Alright. That's fully explored now, so we can see, let's see, we have 4 housing. That's good to know. Hello? I don't understand how it is that we can get our pupils to work here. Aha, there we go. That's the button we had to push. Oh, gis revido coraco. Mi vidos vin alitage. Did you not have enough... Wait. Did you not have enough money to pack up the bakery? It does cost a lot of dough. We did manage to pack up the bakery. Okay, Raja is our stonecutter and miner. You is our woodcutter. Sudas is our builder. Let's build a sawmill. Let's build a permanent sawmill right here. And then let's have you visit the sacred site. And then Billy could gather pepkins for now. And Raja Well, Raja can gather some wood for the moment. Because we will need some wood for some building that we need to do. Objective, optional. Find spices and cook even more nourishing dishes. Nourishing, interesting. We haven't played RimWorld in so long, I don't know if anybody remembers what that comparison would even be. Minus the low horn. That's what's missing. We need that horn. However, I feel like given the number of times we have attempted to clear this level, this chapter in the game, we already know that the remains are bad juju. It says random effect, but it's the same effect every time we go. So I think we need to stay away from those until we have a druid that can dispel the negative effect. Okay, we're going to explore the sacred site. We can't make an offering because we don't have enough pepkins, but we could wait. Let's wait. And try again in a little bit. Have you grab some pepkins in the meantime. Sudas can build. Hello? Sudas, are you sleeping? Peoples without housing can't work. How is it that we had housing a minute ago and now we don't? And why is it that the one person who should be building the housing is the one person who can't work? That's what I'm wondering. Alright, who has a little bit of housing experience? Raja. Okay, we'll make Raja do it. Where is Raja? Here. Here? Returning. Resources. Excellent. We'll wait till Raja gets back with the resources. And then we'll say, please. Please to make a camp. Oh, we need wool. Okay. Don't make camp. Make pasture. Right there. No. Okay. Make pasture permanent. Here. Tea sounds lovely. I did not put the kettle on during the last break. Have to keep my eye out and maybe go for break a little bit earlier this time. Soundworks mentioned that there's a way to get notifications about the upcoming ad breaks. So I'm looking forward to being informed. That'll be lovely for everybody to be informed. Alright, Billy is returning resources. Let's see. It's Raja with nothing to do, right? We will have Raja gather some wool. And Sudas can't do anything because we don't have enough housing. Alright, I think we need 50 wool for their housing. There we go. Let's do it. Building a camp. Where should we build our camp? how is it we can only build it right there? That's terrible. Why is it can only be built there? We need that place for food. Okay, we're gonna try something. I get your reference there, Constellatio. It might be these big balls on a string, that the balloons that are maybe influencing you a little bit, perhaps. None of them are white though. What if we tried this? I know this sounds crazy. Yo, Xander, welcome in. We currently have 3 out of 4 folks working. And maybe we're just gonna run with that for a hot minute, because otherwise we won't be able to build a farm here. You know? And we need a farm. I believe that we need a farm. Okay, who's our best farmer? It's not Raja. Is it you? Might be you. Here we go. You might be our best farmer. Although Sudas can't do anything right now. So let's have you at it. You is returning resources. Raja can. Bring wood in. Oh. Hang on then. Okay, hang on. Yeah, Raja should work there. I know this is a little crazy. We don't have any penny farthings. No. We don't have any penny farthings. We have large woolly animals instead of penny farthings. What to do? We are running low on food. Billy is gathering pepkins. That's good. Sue is sleeping. You is returning pepkins. Okay. So, let's have you build. No. Somebody has to build our bakery, but it's just needing unpacking. Oh, I could have done the same thing with the camp. Interesting. Alright, where are we going to put our bakery? Let's put it here. Is that an accordion? That's cute. I need to put my earbuds back in. I'm missing all of the creepy cute sounds in the soundtrack. I really do actually enjoy this soundtrack. Okay. Constructing the bakery. Let's have Sudas go over here to the sacred site, because that's one thing that a non-worker can do. A friendly caravan has arrived. Okay, that's another thing Sudas can do. Join the caravan. Alright, what should we have you do? You can work there. And when Billy comes back, she can go to work in the bakery. Alright. Now, we have enough pepkins to make the offering, but not enough wood. Alright. It's okay. We've got someone on it with the wood gathering. And we'll have Sudas come and meet this caravan. Do we have somebody on it with wood gathering? The caravan seeks trade. They want 100 wood, but we don't have it. For 30 rations, they'll forecast the next unknown vagary. We don't have 30 rations. We don't have any. We only have pepkins. And they would trade spice with us, but... I mean, they would give us spice if we had stone, but we don't have any of that, so... That was useless. Alright, now we have enough wood to trade with them, but we can't. Okay, we have made an offering and we've gained 30 extra turns. That's good. I don't know what to tell you, Tux. I'm in pain. I'm hanging in there. How are you doing today? It makes it difficult to focus and make good decisions in my gameplay, I have to say. It's kind of frustrating. Over the weekend, I tried to get an appointment with my doctor, and turns out she is off, I think, for maternity leave, but off for multiple weeks to come, and so I managed to get a video call with another doctor that she recommends, so that should be good. Hopefully. We'll see. Thank you for shouting out, Tux. Tux does Esperanto streams once a week and video game development streams and gameplay streams, all sorts of good stuff. Got done with a work emergency today, immediately turned around and drove to look at a piano that I'm buying, and now I need to figure out logistics for getting it to my house. That sounds exciting. I'm so happy you're getting a piano. Alright, we're gathering pepkins, but we are super short on them. So I think we need to find a way to set another person on gathering those. I don't have enough wood to do any building. Except we can build the things that we packed away. Like a bakery. Let's try making a fruit puree. I don't know if this will work out. It is exciting, but just not something I wanted to have to think about right now, as I'm already extremely busy right now. But hey, when my boss gets an idea in his head, you have to roll with it. Why is it that it's you who's making fruit puree? That's not how it's supposed to be. Definitely not. Let's try that again. Let's send you down here. Nope, cannot do. Somebody else is already working there. Alright. Well, let's try out and see if Billy can't make some bread. In the meantime, as soon as you has gathered enough wood, we'll have Raja make another camp if possible. Bad timing. I'm so sorry to hear it. Themes of streams sound like my kind of thing. Oh, check out some of the VODs. Yeah. But also get sleep. Sleep is wonderful. All right. We have enough wool. So we could change Raja over to gathering wood until we get enough wood to build. Oh wait, maybe we don't need wood to build the camp because we've already got one packed away. It won't let me build it anywhere. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for this cereals to be depleted, so we'll have Raja work there instead. Okay, now that we're getting kind of depleted on cereals, let's try pepkin cake for a little bit. It also won't work forever. Okay, back to bread. Okay, we have almost gathered enough food. let's try building the mine that we need. Now, where does that need to go? Right here. A new vagary will happen soon. Termites. Trade bonus for Sudas. Really? Where? Where do I get my bonus? I don't see it. Ah, here. Alright, we can choose plus 50 HP to the permanent buildings built by this pupil, or minus 50% to repair costs. Not really sure which one to go with. Just picking at random. Alright, so is it Raja that's the one that we want for this job? Yes. Okay. Raja is harvesting wheat. Okay, we're gonna send you up there to replace Raja. Yes, I know. Somebody's got nothing to do. Wait, who is it? Billy is baking. Sudas we already know has nothing to do. Raja is harvesting. Like, does moving count as nothing to do? Termites. Coming from termite mounds built in the jungle, termites are very hungry today, and it turns out some buildings have the wood they dream of. All buildings adjacent to a jungle lose 70 HP. Boom. That was termites. Can Raja Sudas repair? Sudas can repair. That's excellent news. Hey, that's great news. A new vagary will happen soon. Bog mosquitoes. It says left click to focus, but that often dismisses it. Yep, it's gone. I did left click. There was nothing more to read about the bog termites. Here we go. Bog mosquitoes. Bog mosquitoes in 6 days, 6 nights. Clouds of mosquitoes appear in the bogs of the area. They are carriers of diseases. Any pupil that crosses a bog in the next 10 turns will fall ill. Alright, we can avoid that. Ah, now you is the one that doesn't have housing. That's really interesting. Somehow we switched who could do what. I don't know how. But we'll try and unpack this camp. Nope, we still can't do it. Erg. Alright, we have to wait for the resources to be depleted in this plane here. as soon as we get 120, or we can move along, which we might. Alright, so the bog mosquitoes are in 1 day, and in 6 days, damaged path. The scout of caravan a little further along than you comes to warn your tribe the roads ahead have been damaged by an earthquake. It will take more resources than expected to travel them. Alright, and we just fell below our goals with our food. That's not great. Bog mosquitoes. Clouds of mosquitoes appear in the bogs of the area. They are carriers of diseases. Any pupil that crosses a bog in the next 10 turns will fall ill. Alright, bogs are 1, 2, 3. We'll try and avoid them. Alright, now we have enough ore and enough wool, but we don't have enough food. So let's change our priorities a little bit here. And have Raja return those resources, and then the damaged path has already occurred. We need lots more food. Okay. Harvesting pepkins, please. Okay, so we've got pepkins. Oh, I see what's going on. Now I see what the problem is. Alright, we're having a dip in food before we recover here. This could be dicey, friends. Okay, Billy is now growing wheat. Raja is gathering pepkins. And Sudas is gathering wood. And I think we'll have Raja. Let's see. Hang on. We'll have Raja plan to take over for Billy. And we'll have Billy go back after she's returned the resources. We'll have her go back to making bread. And Raja can start gathering wheat. We're at 100 meals. We need to be at 500. It won't take us too long to get there. Alright, now that cereal resource has been depleted. So this is the point at which we can finally destroy that farm. Raja can build a new farm. Ah, no. Raja building a new farm here. Wait, there's another resource there? Okay. grab the pack animal first. And Sudas, when you've returned those resources, then unpack our camp. And then we'll all be able to work finally at turn 114. Not on turn 114, but after the camp is done in 4 more turns. Billy does not have enough resources to prepare bread. Okay. Let's grab pepkins in the meantime. Alright, who's bored? Billy's gathering pepkins. Sudas is building. You cannot do anything. Raja. You can harvest wood. Sudas is now engineer, level 1. Mobile buildings can be more compact. That sounds wonderful. Sounds absolutely wonderful. So I'm not that great of a packer, so let's make it easier on us for packing purposes. Excellent. All right. Now Sudas can make a farm. All right. Who's doing nothing? We might not make it, guys. Let's see. Prioritizing food. And where's Billy? Returning resources. Excellent. Billy, when you've done returning resources, let's make some bread. Or pepkin cakes. Yeah, let's make pepkin cakes. Okay, we've got one person farming, one person gathering pepkin fruit, another gathering wood, and another baking. That's fine. Ramones, hello. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope everything's going well for you so far this week. We got 7 turns, and we're really low on meals. We can't have more than one person working at the baker at a time. But we could stop gathering wood and start gathering pepkins. We're doing literally everything we possibly can to get enough food. But I don't know if it's gonna work. This will, if we don't manage to gather enough food in time, it'll be the first time that we failed because of the floodwaters arriving, instead of just because of starving. I think let's switch to bread. Might be better. Two turns left. We're at 289. We need to get to 500. I don't think much of our chances. 322. We were at 345 and then we ate some. Can we just like stop eating for a day or two? We're not gonna make it. 0 turns. 355 of 500. Yep. Can't make it. Ah, terrible. Now we know what that looks like. Defeat. You take with you the last glimmers of the spirits that inhabited them. You tried to guide them, to carry them, to give them right directions and the right actions. The result of your vain attempts is in front of you. See their clothes washed up on the plains, on the mountains, in the forest. You could lift them if you did not, in turn, become so weak. You feel that your reason for being takes you elsewhere. Another tribe awaits you. Oh. Okay, we're gonna try again. I just wish that we didn't have to start here. Like, we've managed this one and the next one. It's the third one that we struggled with, right? We gave them a good fight. And then the balloons flew away. Indeed. Alright, we're gonna grab those 2 pack animals. And then set Raja to work in the bakery. And we can start with the fruit puree. Why did I struggle with that? Fruit puree. Fruit puree. Fruit puree. I'm finding that to be quite the tongue twister for some reason today. Alright, we definitely need to build a... Oh, who has nothing to do? It's Raja? No, it's you. Alright. I'm gonna set you to gather some wood. No, some pepkins. And then when Sudas returns the resources, there we go. We can build a sawmill. And then a pasture. Oh, cannot yet. Need more wood. Okay. So let's do this. We'll switch you to harvesting wood. And we'll bring Sudas up here to harvest cereal. And now we have a woodcutter. And as soon as we have 100 wood, then we can build our pasture. We are going in the wrong direction. How do we fix this? All right, Sudas, how about if you also gather some wood? And we'll have Raja go to meet the new caravan. Alright. They want to trade, but we don't have the resources to trade. But that's unfortunate. Alright. Let's see, we'll send Billy to work in the bakery. And Raja's the one who can't do any work right now until Sudas gets some wool to be able to build a camp. Alright, we build a pasture. Right here. Alright. J-Flash, welcome in. I think I've seen you around. You're a streamer, right? Did you change your name? Is that why I recognize you? Similar name? Or am I just not putting two and two together? Found me in Carnage. I was streaming New Vegas. Cool, cool. Wait, are you the one that told me all of the lore? You're the streamer that told me all of the lore. That was so cool. I enjoyed that so much. You guys, you definitely have to go check out It's J-Flash because that was really, really fun. I got just a really interesting explanation of some of the lore behind it. I was asking questions about where it fits in terms of the storytelling, the ways we have of storytelling. There's cyberpunk and solarpunk and steampunk, and so there we go. It's all good. All right, we've got plenty of food at the moment, which is, you know, always a situation in flux. That's been our major issue, is not having enough food. So, the more resources we can develop while we're here, the better chance we'll have of getting through the next places. And that really needs to include stuff like stone and ore, because it'll make building temporary things that we can then take with us more feasible the next time. So let's see, can we prioritize a particular... Hello? Oh, Ramones, thank you so much for gifting to Nebin. That's really, really kind. I appreciate it. Ads coming in at a bit over 6 minutes. You know what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and put the kettle on so that I can have a cup of tea during the rest of the stream. I think that's really going to help me. So we're going to just take a little pause here. I'm going to go to my BRB screen and we'll just take a slightly longer pause during the ads and my tea break, basically. So I will be back shortly. It might be a good time for you all to grab a cup of tea or a snack. I will go to my BRB screen and I will see you on the other side. an early welcome back to those of you who are not watching the ad right now. The rest of you, I will welcome back in just 10 seconds. Did we get a raid? DJ Shay, welcome in. A politics stream we can stand. Welcome back, everybody, and welcome in, raiders. I am so sorry you happened in the middle of that ad break, but I hope that means that you won't get any ad breaks from here on out. Hi, Paul. Welcome in. DJ, tell me about how your stream went. I'm really interested to hear about it. I know I've stopped in and lurked at your stream a few times. Oh my gosh, Ramones, thank you so much for gifting to Paul. That's really sweet. I see a slice of cake. Oh, that's r/place. Cool, cool, cool. That's something fascinating. That is absolutely fascinating, that r/place thing. It's been a few years since I participated. I now have a cup of tea. I mean, it's not quite tea yet, but it will be tea very soon. Very happy about that. Politics, quote unquote. We were reading research on how folklore is spread through communities. You know what, DJ? Everything is politics. And anyone who thinks they can say otherwise is in a position of privilege that they may not be aware of. I'll give one more sub to the first one who wants one, else it'll be a random one. Aw, so sweet, Ramones. Thank you so much for your incredible kindness today. You're just ramping us right up into our sub goal. Y'all, we did not change the sub goal for September. We've just left it alone. It's been there for months, and y'all are doing the valiant fight, the valiant fight to keep it up, and I just appreciate you so much. It's really very, very kind. Taking notes, DJ's taking notes. I really appreciate you, Ramones. That's just incredibly kind. Okay, we were doing what? We were playing a game today. Sorry, no, the comment on everything is politics. Yes. So let's see. We are back in phase 1 of chapter 4, and this time I'm gonna try and acquire some extra ore and some extra stone. I don't know how I'm gonna do that because it's not like I've got that much time before the water comes, but we're gonna see what we can do. We currently have Billy, who is getting ready to make bread, I think. Bread, yes. We have Raja, who could be getting wool. Wool seems good. And Sudas, who should be, no, cannot be doing anything. We need more housing. Okay. Getting wool is step 1 to getting more housing. Aw, Katie got a gift sub. Yay. Oh, not come across her before. Adding that to the list to read up on. Lovely, lovely. Very good. There have been people fighting the good fight to keep folklore alive and well. And it's been going on through the centuries. And we have a lot to be grateful for that, for sure. Okay, you is gathering wood as you do. You do that. Katie told it while I was finishing the transaction, so I've made one more lucky person here. Yeah, I was going to say, something's wrong with my counting. Isn't there something wrong with my counting right now? All right. let's see how we do. We've got plenty of wood to build something new. And when we get 50 wool, which we have 42, so after the next return, we can build a camp. Good. Can now build a camp. Now, Sudas can't do it, unfortunately. Let's try this. Can we stop Raja from working? Temporarily, just stop. Can we then send Sudas to go building? I don't know whether this is possible. Can we build a camp? Ooh, I don't like it. Don't like my options. I'm gonna have to build it here. It's really unfortunate. It'll waste some resources, but hopefully we'll be okay. Okay. That will work. And then when the camp is built, Raja can start gathering more wool. Nous pourrions parler en français ici. C'est pas un problème. Ramones, there's a button that you can push to make me talk French. Her version of Inanna, the Sumerian epic, is especially well known, as is the collection The Magic Orange Tree and other Haitian folk tales. Cool, cool. That must be quite the weather notification to get past my streaming. Just light rain. Okay. Yeah, I didn't actually need to know about light rain. That's fine. As long as it's not going to get the... Oh, Katie veut que je parle français. Donc, merci Katie pour ça. Je sais faire, que Kobe sait faire. Je pourrais parler en français un petit peu. Je sais pas tous les mots que je pourrais avoir besoin de ces mots, mais je peux parler un petit peu de français. C'est plus facile quand il y a des autres gens pour parler avec moi. C'est pas tellement facile pour moi parler français quand il n'y a pas de gens pour parler. Mais il y a quelques francophones dans le chat. Est-ce qu'on dit chat? On dit chat. N'est-ce pas? Donc, si les gens dans le chat qui parlent français voudraient parler français avec moi, ça serait bien. Mais sinon, donc, les points qui tu as mettés pour parler français, ça dure seulement quelques minutes et peut-être je peux changer à l'anglais si il n'y a pas de gens dans le chat pour parler en français. Mais Ramon, tu parles en anglais, ça m'aide pas. Vraiment. Kekobi, merci. C'est pas vrai, mais c'est gentil. que tu voudrais dire ça à moi qui parle vraiment pas bien. I've been getting overwhelmed. Must take a break. Take a break. Take a break. Feel better. Hopefully you can get some good food in and get some rest in and stuff like that. And I hope you feel better soon, Water. And that, let's just all give some good juju to Water for fighting off whatever they're fighting off right now. Hopefully, teeny tiny bug that will be quashed into submission right away. Ah, tea, I love it. This is Earl Grey with a spoon of honey that was slightly too much honey. It would have been better with slightly less honey, but there's no way of undoing it. Once you mix the honey in, it's all done. It's all done. Oh well, okay. Let's see, here we are on turn 43. We're almost halfway through. And we have a little bit of wool. And we have a camp that's being built. There we go. Our camp has been built. Which means now Sudas can go build a mine up here. Why didn't that work? Let's try it again. Build a mine that's permanent up here. Yes. Now, I think the other thing that needs doing is this needs farming out so that we can harvest this. And we've never done that before. In this level, try to make enough rations to get to the eye. The rations we've got. Leave the halt before the waters rise. Okay, who's being lazy? You is working at water gathering. It's Raja. Okay. Raja's gonna gather wool. I'm gonna sip on my tea. So the way the points rewards queue works, you can spend some points to switch the language that I'm speaking, and after a few minutes I'll switch back to English, probably, but it has to do with whether or not other people are speaking in that language in chat, because in general, without using those points rewards, in general, I tend to code switch into the language that people are using in chat. So if I'm using a language that somebody switched me into using points, and I'm not switching back to English fast enough, you can always add points to switch me back into English as well. That's a thing that works. So, Yu is gathering wood, Raja is gathering wool, Billy is waiting for resources. Alright, let's send Billy back to the farm temporarily, because otherwise we're wasting energy. Now, this has been built, so we can send Sudas to build a farm down here. It's interesting that we don't have more wood than we do. as soon as we get enough wool, we're going to send Raja to do some mining. But we'll let Sudas work here in gathering cereals. And then eventually Billy can go back to the bakery. So we're at 118 of 120 for the wool. That'll be great. Here we go. Now we can send Raja to work at mining ore. We need 120 ore just to go from here to our next stop, what they call halt, in the game. But if we have a little bit more than that and some stone, then on the next halt, or the next stop along the way, we'll be able to build some temporary buildings that we can take along with us. If we have room. If we have room. Low on food. Let's send Billy back to the bakery. Because we are super low on food. Yeah, this is probably going to be our last attempt, but we are just at the very beginning of it. There are at least 3 phases. I think 3 phases. So now we technically have enough food. Never hurts to have some extra. But I'm having Sudas harvest food down here because we also are hoping to be able to get some stone from them Bar Hills. We shall see. I kind of doubt we're gonna get the stone without issues. Alright, now we have, technically speaking, enough ore. Let's see. If only we could tell how much is left. I don't see how to tell how much resources are left there. I totally don't understand what this means. $235 cereals left. Is that what that means? Alright, this hill cell has been depleted, which means we can destroy this mine. I don't know whether we get resources back or not. So, Raja, let's have you gather cereals from this farm temporarily. Hope you didn't stop the French chapter because of my message. It had nothing to do with that. It was a lovely moment, and then I hit send my message. Oh, well, I didn't know whether it was, whether that was what was breaking, whether that was what was strugglesome for you or not. And it just made me think, you know, I code switch without really thinking about it too much, and I don't really think about how it could cause difficulties for people. Whether or not it did is another story. Code switching is great. Okay. I mean, like, we're here to relax and have a good time. So if I'm like making things more stressful for people, that's definitely not my goal. I sometimes make things more stressful by existing. I don't know. It's a thing. Again, not my goal. Sometimes happens. All right, we have plenty of food and wool. I would like to have a little bit more ore, but we just don't. We've gathered the ore that there is. So that means that Raja is going to be having nothing to... No, wait, we told Raja to work there. All right. So this says 235. Is it going down? It is. All right. So this is going to be depleted pretty soon, and then we can build a mine. Is that what it's called? When you're trying to get stone, that's not what it's called. What's it called? A quarry. Okay. Will we make it? We will definitely leave before problems. Before water arrives. But we might be pushing it to the very end. Oh no. Now I know I'm going to have a problem. Hang on. Now I know I'm going to have a problem. Billy, you need to stop what you're doing. Because we have way too much food. You come down here. Yes, continue. That's just fine. All right, we've got somebody harvesting lumber and somebody harvesting... We should stop harvesting lumber. We've got too much stuff. We're going to be in really big trouble because we're going to leave stuff behind. And that's not cool. Okay, let's do this. We're going to try... Let's build a temporary quarry right here. Can we? We have to destroy the farm first. Okay. Destroy the farm. Build a temporary quarry here. And then when it's built... Oh no. Once it's built... 2 more turns. Okay, now you can work there. And you... What other things... What other things can we do to make good use of the resources that we have? Shoot. Now I've done it. I had wool. Now I don't have enough wool. I had ore. Now I don't have enough ore. It took ore to build this, and there isn't any more ore on the map. Now and nevermore, welcome in. Hello. I did not, I did not see you come in. Welcome in. My mind is having a hard time in general. Oh man, do I feel you? I was trying this thing where I wanted to let you know this time instead of just disappearing. I'm so glad you told me, and if you don't tell me, that's awesome as well. My response is just, I'm so glad you're taking care of yourself. Now and nevermore, saluton, bonvenon. How long did it take me to reach my level of Esperanto? It's complicated because I didn't study consistently. So I started learning Esperanto when I was 11, and I studied for like a summer. And I didn't have a lot of resources. I actually pretty much only had a few pamphlets, a magazine, and the 10 lesson postal course, and I worked my way through the first 5 lessons. That course still exists in email format. There was no Duolingo or Lernu or anything like that, but there was NASC. I think it's a good question. I don't remember when NASC started, but I wasn't there at the very beginning of that. I didn't continue because I got interested in other languages. A few months later, just like a couple months later, I started getting interested in Middle English, and then I started studying Spanish in school. And so I kind of stopped with Esperanto for a while, and I studied Spanish for 5 years, and then I went back to Esperanto, and I was struggling with Esperanto because Spanish kept getting in the way. But after a while, I just took a real serious pause from Spanish in order to get fluent in Esperanto. And at that point, I went to NASC, which is a residential course in the United States. Now and nevermore, I see you say, I'd love to be able to stream in it one day. It's my specific goal to encourage, empower, and help other streamers learn to stream in Esperanto. And we've had members from this community make their way into that, even whether that's streaming their learning process or streaming full-length streams just in Esperanto doing gaming or whatever it is they normally do. So I would be really happy if I can help empower you to do that in any way. Absolutely, it's absolutely doable. I did a course, email, around 2000. 2019 was NASC's 50th anniversary. My goodness, yeah. So at that time, Americans had a bad reputation for having incomplete grasp of grammar and very, very let's just say the accent that a monoglot would have is not necessarily when you don't have an opportunity to hear other languages when you are young, the phonemic patterns of your language can get so fully entrenched that it's difficult for you to hear, understand, and create sounds that don't exist in your own language. So at that time, Americans spoke Esperanto very poorly, and we were notorious for it. And so NASC was created to give Americans a chance to repair that situation, and it has worked very well. Every year there is at least one teacher from outside of North America, and it's helped. When I was at the Universala Congreso, the worldwide conference in Montreal last summer, it's the one before last now. We've already had another one since then. I was one of the guests in Montreal, and the the consensus of the crowd was, hey, the Americans speak Esperanto really well, which it felt good to hear after us having such a well-earned terrible reputation for so many decades before that. So I'd love to hear from you now and nevermore about your learning journey. Making my way through Lernu and an Esperanto textbook right now. Here I am scrolling through. Too many people keep telling me I have an English accent in Esperanto, says Irizanyo. That's funny. That is funny. So which textbook are you using? I'm curious. Oh, so is Constellatio. Constellatio is also curious. Homoi pensis que mi estas de nasca hispana parolanto pro tiel kiel vi aŭdiĝas en Esperanto. Interese. Yeah. And Tux is the most recent member of our community to start streaming in Esperanto, and she's been streaming for over 4 years, I think, and had a member of her community, I believe a monoglot from Great Britain, ask, after hearing a few streams in Esperanto, is Tux's native language Esperanto or English? After having been at her streams in English for how long, how many years, I don't know, a long time. Complete Esperanto, awesome. That's a really great book, Now and Nevermore. Very good. You know what we can do after... You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to switch categories, and I'm just going to go through a few learning resources because I've just restarted an attempt because we ran out of a resource that we needed. So I don't actually feel like restarting the attempt right now. So I'm going to go to a browser window instead. Let me close the game and open a browser. Let's see. Bump, bump. Let's try this and see if it'll work. Capture method, automatic. Really? How about we do this? Also no. Okay. Browser capture, let's try this. There we go. Okay, we can make it bigger. Hello? It's a little too big. Well, it's close enough, right? Yeah, it's a small world. Ramon's, French has a lot of influence in Esperanto, and it just so happens that it was easy enough to make a way of saying LOL that matched the French way. So we use MDR in Esperanto just like people who speak French do. I'm also not sure what faux and vo are in this category because I'm behind in chat. Teach yourself, also a great one. Duolingo yesterday gave me 3 free days of Super Duolingo, and I went trying to do all the challenges that are open to do with the super modality, like the times lessons and the trophies and all that. Oh my gosh, those timed lessons drive me absolutely up the wall. I am physically incapable of pushing the buttons fast enough. It doesn't matter if I know the answers or not. I can't get through all of them. Maybe fo and vo have to do with, fo and vo are voice, devoice consonant pairs, so maybe it has to do with pronunciation. No, those ones don't work in Esperanto. We say that for bonvolu. In Dutch, the difference between F and V is very small. In Esperanto, they're bigger. Okay. So I don't know any Dutch at all, so I'm not sure how it sounds compared to Esperanto. I think of Esperanto and V being pretty similar to English. Why is my tea almost gone? All right, so we're going to look at some resources here for learners that are useful. In addition to your grammar textbook that has exercises, there's also Pomeg, and if you just type Pomeg Bertilo, you'll probably come up with this here, Plenaman Libro de Esperanta Grammatico. I will put a link in chat. So it's written all in Esperanto, but even if you're not an expert in the language, you still can, with the help of a dictionary, start to use this as a reference tool very early on. Oh, that's a good idea, Water. I'm so glad that they got that done for him already. That's wonderful. This is written all in Esperanto, but it's written for the layperson, not for the grammarian. So it does not assume that you know what grammatical terms are or what they mean. It doesn't introduce words that are technical jargon without first explaining what those words mean. So it uses straightforward layperson language. It has been updated since the last print version, the 2020 version. So at this point, I would say if you're in the market for having, like, if you're the kind of person that loves to have a book in your hands, which can be really wonderful when you're studying, I would say wait until the next print edition. The 2020 version is what was published in paper, hardback and paperback. But this version, this update hasn't. They wait until there's a significant, really significant update to republish. So this is an important resource. Another one that's a challenge but an important one is using a dictionary that doesn't give you glosses. So when you're reading, you should first try and look up a word that you don't know in a dictionary that's going to give you an Esperanto language definition of the word. Thanks, Constellatio. So we're going to look up volapucajo, derived from volapuco, plan lingvo creita kai publicigita de Schleyer. And volapucajo is ne compreneblajo. Gi estas por mi volapucajo. So when you're trying to understand what a word means, and it's not in the dictionary, then what you do is you divide it up into segments, and you have to start at the end. So you have to be able to recognize what the what the different word parts are, both roots and morphemes. So I'm dividing it up here for you, 1 second. Ne comprenne eble age o. So you have to start at the end of the word and work your way back towards the front of the word, and just look up each of those meanings until you can build up an entire word. If you start at the beginning and try and divide it up going towards the end, instead of starting at the end and dividing it up until you get to the beginning, you run the risk of dividing things incorrectly and winding up with the wrong answer. So that's why you have to start at the back, because it'll give you a certain chance, the certainty of dividing the word up correctly and being able to understand what it means. So an O is the ending for a noun. Age is a something concrete, something specific, a thing. Eble, possibility. Comprenne, understand. And ne is no. So it's a thing that cannot be understood. Mia pleŝa tata kun majtaĵo estas birdtimigilo. A scarecrow. Very nice. So that's so the benefit of looking up words in the dictionary is that it gives you a definition of the word rather than a gloss. So a gloss is a word that's approximately equivalent to another word but in another language. So a gloss is only ever going to be an approximation. And you might feel frustrated in the moment when you're trying to read long definitions of things and not knowing all the words that are in the definition. But it, over time, will lead to your actually understanding what those words are rather than just always translating in your head, which is malsanuleyo. Yeah, there's so many words that can be built up using the root san. Always a great example of the flexibility of a morpheme-based language. And Esperanto's not the only one in that category, but I sure find morphemes to be, it's like Lego building blocks. You know, you can build a word up any old way, and it doesn't matter if nobody's heard it before. If you follow the rules of how the morphemes go together, they'll understand what you're talking about. It does feel a little bit like a superpower, right? When you're there. So let's continue on. When you want to know, but do they really say it that way? How do they really say? I'm gonna end pretty soon. How do they really say such and such a thing? So if you're thinking to yourself, okay, maybe the way to say such and such is this, but you're not sure, you'll come to textado.com and you'll type it in, whether it's a single word or a phrase, and then you can search all of these different examples from literature. And you can search just the ones that have Z's. Those are things that Zamenhof wrote. You can search just more recent stuff, just older stuff, all that kind of stuff. I get really excited when learners come in and are wanting to talk about the process. This is really, honestly, this is what I'm here for. Like the playing games, it's just something that we do while we're hanging out. If there's nothing better to do, this is something better to do. The /VF for verb form and /OF for object noun form are so helpful. Okay, Katie knows something a little bit more about Textado. You can use Boolean search terms in Textado. I have to sneeze. You couldn't get to my mute button in time. So there are all sorts of very powerful ways to interact with this that I actually don't know how to use. Put on your socks. I've got socks on right now. Irisanyo. I am wearing my old pair of rainbow socks that have a hole in them, not your pair of rainbow socks that are perfect and beautiful, because I was walking around earlier, and I only want to wear your socks when I'm not walking around so that I don't put a hole in them too. So yeah, could have put them on for stream because I'm not up and walking around all of the time during stream. But anyway, if you know things like Katie does, maybe Katie, would you ever consider doing a stream where you did some explications and examples of how to do more specific search forms in Textado? I feel like that's something. Irisanyo, I actually got myself one of those darning machines, and I just haven't done it yet. I know I would really enjoy doing it. You could do that kind of stream. I would love that, Katie. Let's start another round of shout outs, starting with Katie. Oh, how about if I changed my English keyboard? There we go. So Katie could potentially maybe do a stream like that. Katie streams in Esperanto sometimes. And let's shout out Irisanyo, who also streams in Esperanto sometimes. And oh no, I didn't feel shamed at all. I just haven't gotten around to it. And let's shout out KTL Plu, who just made a new account for streaming only in Esperanto. And they do streams that are kind of similar to mine, so music and variety streaming, but KTL Plu has originals in Esperanto as well as covers, and me, so far, I just do covers. And Persicore Plum, thank you very much. Also, I Feel It in the Water does Esperanto learning streams. And Tux streams in Esperanto once per week. It's okay. We can shout you out even if you're not at home, Irisanyo. It's good. It's fine. You'll stream again someday. Am I missing anybody? Constellatio hasn't started streaming yet, but we're going to do a shout out anyway because eventually there's going to be streams in English and or Esperanto. I believe. That's what I believe. I'm choosing to believe that. And who have I missed? I'm thinking here. Some of these people are both on Twitch and YouTube. Others are just on Twitch. There's others that are just on YouTube. We're not going there right now because I would be too overwhelmed. There's too many. I think that might be everybody that I can think of at the moment. All right. These are my top 3 resources, and I think I'm going to call it there. But please feel free to always hit me up for advice. If you have specific questions, feel free to ask in the Discord. Hopeful to get started soon after he can confirm being able to use his DSLR for video capture for live art streams. Would also love to collab on a NASC/Landa Congreso chat stream. Cool. Sounds awesome. Yes. All right. So we have the Discord, and that's a wonderful place for us to connect on all things language learning and everything else. You know, we're not limited to language learning stuff over there, but there's certainly plenty of it. Most of us in the Discord are the majority of us are some flavor of language learning nerd, and very, very happy to be so. So I'm going to come back to the just chatting screen here, and I'm just super happy that stream went in the direction that it did. Now and Nevermore, thank you so much for coming in and asking questions, because honestly, during the stream today, I was kind of feeling like, we're playing this game, it's really cute, but this is not my calling. Like, I like playing games sometimes, but this is not what I'm here to do. I'm here to help Esperanto learners, and specifically to help people get to the point where they feel confident to stream in Esperanto. Now, here's the secret. Tux started before she felt confident streaming in Esperanto, and it's gone very well. I want to tell you a little bit about that story, and Tux might be on a work call or running around trying to get that delivery of an upright piano sorted out. It's been a little bit of a stressful day for Tux, so I hope that she will forgive me if I speak for her a little bit here and just share what I know of that story. So Tux has been studying Esperanto for about 6 months. And at the beginning of the summer, which was quite a while back, really she was a beginner at that time, she made the decision that at the end of the summer she was going to do a stream all in Esperanto, and she committed to that, to her stream family, and to everybody in my Discord, I think, as well. She committed to that and said, this is what I'm going to be doing. And we scheduled a few lessons together. I do teach as well as just stream. And were able to address the specific things that she needed to get herself ready. Like, I was able to have a look at how she was doing and what were the study tactics that she was using, and I was able to point her in a few new directions, and then also go over with her some things that would be specifically helpful for a streamer. And her first all Esperanto stream was a full length stream. I mean, I don't know if I even made it to the end of that stream. She may have continued on past my bedtime, time zones and all that kind of stuff. But she's been streaming in Esperanto every week since then, on Thursdays. And so I'm just super proud of the way that she took that challenge on for herself and made the decision to do a brave thing, even if she wasn't sure how it was going to go. And the results have been way better than she thought. Well, I shouldn't say what she thought. I don't know what she thought, but the results have been amazing and great. And so I'm really happy for her, because I've always felt that sometimes we hold ourselves back by thinking, well, I can't do it right yet, so I won't do it yet. Where there really is a fine line to walk between waiting too long like that, and between pushing yourself too far and trying to create output when you haven't had enough input yet. And what that can do is you can wind up creating creating input for yourself. Everything you say out loud, and even every word that you think in your target language, is input for yourself, whether it's input that your ears hear or whether you just hear it in your mind's ear, so to speak, while you're talking to yourself in your head. When you haven't had a lot of input, your errors, which are absolutely normal and important to make. If you aren't willing to make any errors, any mistakes at all, you're not going to make a lot of progress with language learning. But you have to have the right balance between input and output. So if you want to be someone who is creating in Esperanto, whether that's on YouTube or writing a blog or translating a book or translating a video game or streaming a video game on Twitch, whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to create output, the number one thing that you need to do is get a lot of input. So that's something that I can help steer you at, like good books and blogs and other things to listen to and read. We can continue that discussion on the Discord, because I am at the point where I need to end the stream and have dinner and not look at a computer screen. So that's going to be my plan. I'm going to look and find a raid target. Let's push that button, find out who is currently streaming. And turn off my desktop audio so I can figure it out without necessarily making you guys listen to things. Let's see. Have we got any Esperanto speakers on here? I see somebody playing Duolingo. Somebody's learning German. Is that where we want to go? Does anybody have any suggestions? I'm also, let me open this up and see what it's like. Not ready yet, Water. It needs a little editing. It's not ready yet for prime time. Oh, thank you so much for being here. Oh shoot, we have an ad break. All right, I'm just gonna find a raid target here. I think we'll just go ahead and raid that Discord streamer. Let's do that. I will type that. Okay. We'll get that going. And I'm sorry that we're in the middle of an ad. Yeah. The shout out is, in case anybody doesn't get raptured, Mittens is on a BRB at the moment, but that's okay. We can raid into that. And I see friends. I see friends. All right. Looks like Mittens may be on the same ad break schedule that I'm on, so we'll expect to see him back in a moment. Yep. Thank you all for being here. I don't know whether we've rated out yet or not. Hard to tell. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you to the mods and all. Let me run my ending screen because I never remember to do that.